Guys, hope you had a great week. So last week pretty much went according to what we were kind of expecting. We pretty much chopped till FOMC, and you can see that to be short the market, we needed below 5170. It didn't happen. We just kind of stayed over this and then kind of had that boost after FOMC. So nothing much has changed. The market, though extended, still appears to be holding the trend channel. So which is why you can see that like my channel till we kind of like paths I have driven just take you to the top of the channel or the bottom of the channel. It shouldn't really be surprising because we can only kind of play the channel till we kind of break it or overthrow it. So if we do break below 5260, we're gonna come back to the bottom of the channel at 5210 to really get interesting. We would kind of need to break this, let's just say 5200, a good psychological number. You get below this mess that I have circled here. Let's make it this box here, right? We can break this box. You can see here where you pretty much have a very massive, all we have is negative bearish divergence. So it's just a matter of time on when it's going to sell off. But the problem is this can keep dragging and we can just chop and push higher, chop and push higher. It's so you cannot be too early on this because well there's given that we are in a wave 3, I zoom out, there's many ways to wave this chart, but one of it is that we are in an extended wave 3. If you consider this entire thing as a 1 2 and this is a 1 2 3 4, this is in a wave 3. So it kind of again it gets hard decisively say like, hey, like we topped. You can see we pretty much have been holding on to support. So to even consider the top being in, we would need a break below. That's why I have the second box here. You can see the reason for that is this is actually weekly support here at around 5170, 5180. So to even, so the first thing you would need to do if you want to top is you need this week to finish a bearish engulfing and next week to follow down. And then you can maybe discuss a very major short in the market. Otherwise, I would not recommend a short till major levels break. You could, the first thing I do think is something that we could play out is you can see here, we could have one more push to the top of the channel. We touched the bottom of this channel, but we haven't pushed the top. So let's say we push into 5350 almost, and then we probably come down, have a little bit of sell-off into, let's say 5100, right? That would be if a short-term top is it. So kind of be what it kind of looks like. Otherwise, if we were to continue within this trend, right, we have a small push, come down to the bottom of the channel, hold the channel, push again, and then continue. So that is the risk with being within the channel is unless the channel breaks, there's no short, which is why I drew this key area. If we manage to come down, again, we will, the first time we do come here, we are going to have a massive bounce. So does the bounce reject will kind of determine if this will make a great short. But there is divergence bringing out. It's just a matter of time. But yeah, like I said, we could just continue chopping and pushing higher till there's a catalyst in the market that can bring us down. So that's why you can't be too early on the market. You kind of have to go to the broader picture, go to, kind of like the dollar and stuff for clues. You can see that we pretty much bounced off the support level that we were looking for. So no surprise yet. So again, from this path forward, the dollar kind of has two scenarios. One is this can be our 1 2. We continue higher in a wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, all the way into 106 before it rejects. That would be an ABC. Scenario number 1. Number 2 is the alternate opposite. This is your 1 2 3 4 5. So again, depending on what we do at this 104.5-ish, will kind of determine what the dollar does next. And we look at the chart of the 10-year. Again, we just pushed up into this fib and we rejected. So again, we do have a box on the 10-year as well, above 4.35 bullish, below 4.2 will actually, it can come down even into 4.113 and bounce because it is kind of going sideways. I'd say only below about 4.03% do the yields start to get bearish on the market. And the wicks, this bear flag finally broke down. Now again, you can see this yellow line has been major support across, multiple scenarios. Let's see if this yellow line holds. But as I've pointed out before, we do have an unfilled balance at $11. So I won't be surprised if we hit 11 and then, Wix kind of has that major bounce. So far, we are kind of following this yellow path downward. All right, with that being said, let's look at this week's watch list. So again, given that where we are, iffy position in the market, so I'll put it this way. As long as we can stay above 177, which is this breakout level where it was struggling. You can see here we struggled, we broke above, we retested. So for Amazon to follow through, you can see here, we would need to break above 179. You break 179, you can see here, we should be able to push into 183, 185 before we come down, kind of what I'm looking for. So above 180, 179, we can definitely go into 185 in Amazon. And below, you can see here, below this level, this could again kind of be a rising wedge. You break below, let's say 176, then we could come back down. It does have a gap to fill at 167. So Amazon, either way, could make a nice trade. Just watch for the key levels on Amazon. The next one that I have on the market is, so the reason for coin is it is super extended, and you can see that this is the channel coin usually follows. You can see here, this is the channel on coin that we usually follow. You can see that we have broken above, and something to note is this right here is also the 0.2 fib. So it's kind of the reason, and the 786 fib. So it's kind of the reason I do think if 250 fails on coin, we come back into the channel, coin could make a very nice short down into 200 and even 180. But yeah, the wave 3 may not be done yet. So again, if you want a bullish pivot, if coin can get over, let's say 270, then it probably won't reject till it goes to 324. So these are two potential paths on coin. This rejects and we come back into the channel. That's number one. And number two is we are still in a wave 3, which means we hold above 245 and we push into 324 before it rejects. So two paths on coin. So yeah, the next one that I have on this week's watch list is Chewy. Again, just kind of a bottom fishing play. It's the bottom of this trend channel here. It is kind of close, nice bullish engulfing candle almost. So I do think that if we can break over, let's say 17, get over the 17 level, we should be able to push up into 19, 20. At least if it were to find a bottom, Chewy would kind of do something like this. So as long as we, can hold over 16, maybe Chewy stands a chart to break out of, but 16 is a must hold. Last but not the least is Baba. Again, the reason for this is just to see if it continues. We had this last week. It chopped sideways for most of the week, but on Friday we did gap down below this channel. So if we did break, we did talk about when we had Boeing is once this breaks, we have a massive sell. So we need to see if Baba does the same thing. Continue selling off into this gap at 68.40, but must stay below 72 to follow through to the downside. That's all I have for this week. I hope you have a great day.
Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more Wolf's weekly wave list videos and other content.